take out Ethereum and Bitcoin from this because Bitcoin and Ethereum are not companies. So collectively speaking, this paragraph is only stating that Ripple is the only company that can operate in a safe crypto trading ecosystem. Alrighty, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger, jam-packed video breakdown for you all today, full of video clips, fundamentals, websites, PDFs, things that, again, the mainstream media is not going to show you all. In today's video breakdown, we're going to be discussing and talking about the mentioning of this new world order, how we are for a fact transitioning into a digital economy, i.e. the digital transformation, fourth industrial revolution. In previous video breakdowns, we've mentioned the terminology infrastructure, closed door meetings, and that we're going to cover in today's video breakdown as well. And then we're also going to dive into Ripple partners and others joining the US AI Safety Institute Consortium, just to show you guys how deep the rabbit hole goes. If you all enjoyed this video breakdown, do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. So before we get into today's video breakdown, again, just to return your attention back to this infrastructure playlist on the CYPRX YouTube page, just to familiarize yourself with the terminology, right? Key vocabulary that we've gone over in previous video breakdowns to show you how deep the rabbit hole goes and Ripple's involvement and just how massive this all truly is, right? So let's jump into the pages that we have for you guys today. A couple of tabs going over some interesting fundamentals and looking at some key dates. This is a PDF that mentions 2024 to 2029 significant key dates, i.e. leading up to the 2030 agenda, where it mentions that the financial sector is at the forefront of digital transformation of the economy and society. Digitalization provides huge opportunities in creating easy and efficient services for different kinds of customers. Now, the reason why we're covering this information here at CYPRX, obviously, of course, aside from the fact that the mainstream media does not cover any of this information at all for some reason, again, you have to decide what that reason may be, why nobody is talking about this, because it is absolutely massive. In our personal opinion, it is because they don't want people capitalizing on the massive opportunities for life-changing wealth that are evolving in this landscape now, because we are in the early stages, right? So here you can see where it goes on to talk about how, right, the financial sector is at the forefront of digital transformation. But what we want you to pay attention to is where it mentions the terminology here. The 2024 European elections will take place in a world full of geopolitical change and economic instability. And then it mentions the terminology here. A new world order is taking shape. That's not coming from us. That's coming directly from this PDF, Nordic Baltic Financial Sector EU Policy Recommendations PDF. Okay, so that terminology we're not making up. We're not here as conspiracy theories trying to get you guys to believe in some new world order. No, there is for a fact a changing world order happening right now, and we are at the forefront of that, experiencing all that, living through it. However, zooming out, we're not going to see it. Normal people aren't going to see it on the back end because it's happening behind the scenes. They're not making this public. Okay. And when you understand that and you do this type of research, it really gets deep. So again, this is all information that is updated from 2024 and beyond, and stuff that you guys can go find at your fingertips. All information shared by the CYPRX researchers, so shout out to them. This was a Form 3 article put out on January 10th, 2024, just to capitalize on some more key vocabulary. Here it says, as we move into 2024, there are some big shifts coming in the payments marketplace, both in the UK and globally, as banks and payment service providers prepare for a new central infrastructure. Okay, so here's where we're going to start to digest both terminologies, New World Order and infrastructure, in one of the same fundamentals.
There's a lot of positives, right? Like if you speak to institutions and trading partners now, what they're generally more focused on are kind of like operational due diligence, infrastructure, like institutional infrastructure. So we're getting asked a lot more about like tripartite repo, sub-managed accounts. They want more visibility and more control into the assets, which has existed for a long time in traditional assets, and should have existed in crypto. It just, there wasn't the demand and the need necessarily, but it's the right thing to do, right? So I think we're kind of transitioning to that period with these institutions within crypto, and all that infrastructure is now actually being valued and being built. So that's kind of what we're seeing on our side.
in trading on regulated CTPs or in use in foreign exchange use cases. It really is. It's a new type of infrastructure that emerges and allows sort of the evolution past where the existing banking rails can let us down.
Traditional finance firms were originally viewed as the disrupted. They were going to get wiped off the map and replaced. But now they are starting to take a lead in both innovation in terms of products and services, but also in upgrading their own internal structures and systems to be able to participate in this ecosystem.
Something to us to actually build the rails to scale that then, right? So what State Street and other custodians are doing so that we can not only one-off invest into a digital bond, but in all future tokenized issuances. And I think this is what, linking to what has been overall said in the panel, what's happening at the moment. It's very much this infrastructure that is being built for tokenization across different parts of the value chain that really needs to happen. And sometimes that might look slow. Hopefully in retrospective, if we look back in 5 years and 10 years, we say this is exactly what needed to happen for us to be able to adopt.
What banks and PSBs need to do in 2024 to enable seamless payments? If we scroll down here, here's another highlight, something that we've capitalized in previous video breakdowns. While the recent CV pandemic and lockdowns acted as a catalyst to shift a large volume of payments away from paper, cash, or check to electronic payments, banks must do a better job of communicating how the economics of this works for all players involved. So it just goes to show confirmation of things that we've said in previous video breakdowns, that during CV19, what it was utilized as a catalyst to digitize everything, to push this digital transformation. We're not making that up. Information is right here. This is coming from a large organization like Form 3, right? And then last but not least, if we scroll right down here, a couple of different highlights. It says making sure that back-end systems are in a fit state to handle an increasing number of real-time payments. So it just goes to mention that they are updating their back-end infrastructure, and we've heard that before. Then it says building consumer confidence must be at the core of banks and PSB strategies in 2024 as they lead their customers into the brave new world of seamless payments. So there is now a second document where it goes on to talk about, or a second fundamental piece that talks about this new world, right? And we've heard reputable individuals mention the terminology before as well. Now, that led me to take you guys back to this fundamental PDF that again was shared by the CYPRX researchers, Investment Outlook Q1 2024, Opportunities in a Complex World. Remember, what we mentioned, there are massive opportunities, and we believe the reason why they're not sharing this information is because they don't want you involved in these massive opportunities that are set to expand in the coming years. And here again, it mentions digital transformation in the new world order. And this is a PDF directly put out by HSBC, right? So if you have more credentials than HSBC, speak up. I personally don't myself, and they are mentioning the terminology new world order and digital transformation and telling you all that there are opportunities, right? So again, take it upon yourself to wake up and do research, because these large organizations, they're not hiding this stuff. But remember, CNBC, Fox News reporters, all the mainstream media is not going to go out of their way to open up these documents for you on the mainstream platforms and read them to you, okay? You're going to have to go and find this stuff yourself. Now, since we dabbled in this fundamental piece here where it mentioned the new world and it mentioned infrastructure, do you all remember, now let's get into the Ripple, okay, piece of this video breakdown. So I mentioned to you all in a post on the X Space, this Japan FinTech Festival coming up in March, the first week of March, the 4th through the 8th, okay? And you can go to attending organizations and you can scroll down and you can see that there are no other large consortiums here in the blockchain space aside from Circle and Ripple, okay? You can see right down here, Circle was up here, just real quick. I didn't highlight it right there. Oh, you can't highlight for some reason. And then Ripple's right down here, okay? There's no Stellar, there's no Hedera, there's no Algo. It's just Ripple and Circle. And we've mentioned in previous video breakdowns their connection, okay? But what I want you to pay attention to is the agenda. Okay, this is what I find interesting. So remember in a previous video breakdown, we mentioned that artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency are the two biggest technological revolutions in our lifetime.
But to answer your question, I fundamentally believe that there are two major revolutions taking place in technology. Distributed computing Web3 crypto, and then machine learning, AI, AGI.
And here, where Ripple and Circle are both going to be speakers at, you can see the core themes of this event says right here, navigating the AI revolution and re-architecting, let's zoom in, re-architecting the global financial infrastructure.
Look, Ripple at its core is a blockchain infrastructure company serving enterprises. We started with payments and financial institutions. We've moved into custody, a lot of overlap with those same financial institutions. But we're going to expand with that same thematic of infrastructure, enterprise-based. It served us well.
Okay. Do you see that terminology right there, people? They are completely changing everything via the back-end system. Okay. The way that you swipe your card at Starbucks and pay for things is about to completely change, but they're not going to tell you that it's going to change. They're just going to do it behind the scenes without your permission. And then all the opportunities by normal people are going to be missed because nobody did this type of research, which is, again, why we're trying to bring you all this information to show you that it is happening. So again, it mentions that terminology infrastructure. Okay. Now, here's another event that's coming up just to show you guys that Ripple is for a fact involved with closed door meetings. Here it says and talks about a DeFi retreat. This is set to come out March 7th through the 8th, so roughly around the same time. So Ripple is attending events in multiple places all over the globe, right? Think about it, all over the globe, talking and discussing about the same thing with these large organizations in the same week, people. That's how massive Ripple is. Look at this. Okay, you have all these countries here attending. Then you have Bank of Japan, Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry Japan, U.S. State Department, okay, Swiss Financial Market Supervisory. All of these organizations, and again, you see Circle right here, okay, and you see Ripple, interestingly enough. I wonder why those two are always at the forefront, okay? Again, you cannot make this stuff up. And here, what did they mention is going to be taking place? During the retreat, participants are immersed in off-the-record panel discussions offering a rare glimpse into the unfiltered opinions and perspectives of industry leaders. So it confirms that there are going to be off-record panel discussions. Okay, again, closed-door meetings that you and I are never going to see. Back to the terminology, infrastructure, and just to confirm from other large organizations like EY that this is for a fact happening and that bank and institutions are for a fact incorporating digital asset strategies into the back-end structure of their systems. Check this out. This is an EY document managing through persistent volatility, the evolving role of the CRO, and the need for organizational agility. This just came out. And here you can see it mentioned. While it's still early days for digital assets, talent and hiring are focal points for risk management strategies for digital assets. More than half of firms are prioritizing recruiting, and nearly half are working on partnerships and industry and regulatory interaction to inform their digital asset strategies and parallel to working with clients. Large banks are more aggressive in pursuing digital asset strategies and view hiring as key to execution. European banks, in particular, it mentions, are pursuing digital assets and are most focused on securing the necessary talent. Okay, you guys see that quote right there from EY. Here it talks about how most banks are still defining how to interact with digital assets and how they may be most useful to the business. So they are interested in this technology, people. Just because trillions of dollars, like all the researchers have mentioned, haven't flooded in yet, doesn't mean that that money's not coming. Regulations still are not solidified yet. Banking institutions are still sidelined by that, okay? But when those things are clear, we are going to see massive amounts of money flood into this space. I have a firm belief that Ripple, in some way, shape, or form, is going to have their hand in this. And I've shown you that. Again, go back to this infrastructure video breakdown and watch the 11 videos that we've had in this playlist so far, okay? So now let's go on. Here is another interesting fundamental piece that was put out by Ripple, February 20th, 24, that goes hand in hand with this EY fundamental piece, because this EY fundamental piece is just talking about how banks are interested and they're setting up digital asset strategies and they're interested in digital assets, okay? And here, this is a piece from February 20th, 2024 from Ripple, Blockchain and Global Payments, 4 key insights. Here it goes on to say, when asked about barriers in using cryptocurrency for payments, 64% of participants highlighted a lack of regulatory clarity, just like I mentioned. The other leading concerns are price volatility and lack of industry adoption. Promisingly, 59% of responding organizations allow or are considering allowing customers to make payments using cryptocurrencies. That is a massive percentage, albeit obviously, of course, it is expanded over the years, but 59%, in my personal opinion, is still a lot better than zero, okay? Which just goes to show all the naysayers out there that say that this is not happening, this is not taking place, cryptocurrency is a fad, it's going to go away. No, you need to wake up and you need to do your research and understand how long this is going to take, that there is a digital transformation, and that there are opportunities for early investors. Again, I'm not here to determine what those are for you as an independent investor. You go do that research yourself. I'm here to show you that this is happening. Okay, this is for a fact happening, and people need to stop ignoring it. They need to stop being ignorant, and they need to wake up, which is, again, what CyPRX's goal is in waking you guys up and showing you this information is, okay, to really get you to see that the devil's in the details. Now, here's another closed door meeting where they flat out mention, look at this. I'm not going to butcher this lady's name on LinkedIn, but look at what she says right here. An enormous amount of work goes on every day to enhance the invisible infrastructure that our financial markets run on, right? This is a closed door meeting that took place, the FMI development across Asian Plus 3 and the work of the CSIF, as well as future forward discussions on CBDC initiatives and legal foundations of digital asset custody took place, right? This is incorporating with chain analysis. You can see them mentioned here. But again, this is a meeting that's never going to make the mainstream, where they talked about the new financial infrastructure and most likely talked about how it's going to be incorporated into the future, right? But no fundamental mainstream coverage whatsoever. But this is massively important for the future financial industry, right? Think about that. Why don't they want you seeing this? Okay. It's available to you, but they're not just going to go flat out and show you this stuff. This is another phenomenal piece, picking up and paying attention to detail. Shout out again to the CYPRX researchers. This is a PDF labeled Unlocking Opportunities in Southeast Asia's Financial Landscape. We know that in Asia, Ripple is heavily involved. You can see that this fundamental piece is updated from February 2024, and we're going to Command F and type in Ripple, okay, because it has something very interesting to say that I picked up on. Now, we're going to zoom in, and right here it says key implications. Countries in the SEA region, SEA region, have been looking into more extensive adoption of blockchain community with increased investment and support by the government and corporations. With strengthening of the regulatory environment, remember, Paul's right there. What was sidelining? Remember Ripple's report. What was sidelining financial institutions? Lack of regulatory clarity. Well, that is changing hands, people. That is changing hands. The infrastructure is being built. Regulations are coming into fruition. So imagine when the infrastructure foundation is laid and regulations are clear, what is going to happen? Look at this. Okay, it says, for the cryptocurrency sector, licensed companies like Ripple, Ethereum, and Bitcoin can operate in a safe crypto trading ecosystem. Currently, the use of cryptocurrencies as a payment medium is still prohibited. So I want to take your attention. Look at this. Okay, let me zoom in. Pay attention to detail. It says, for the cryptocurrency sector, licensed companies, look at the key vocab, like Ripple, Ethereum, and Bitcoin can operate in a safe crypto trading ecosystem. People, do you see what it just said? Ethereum and Bitcoin are not freaking companies. Ripple is the only company on this list, right? So think about that. Look at what I said here in this post. It says, again, highlighting on this little tiny terminology, but what I show you guys is that Ripple is a company that specializes in cross-border payment and money transfers through blockchain technology. And Ripple leverages what digital asset? XRP, the cryptocurrency that facilitates cross-border payments. Again, Ripple Labs is the company behind XRP and the XRP Ledger Network, right? So Ripple is a company. However, Ethereum is not a company. It's a decentralized blockchain platform that was founded in 2013 by Vitalik Buterin, right? And then if we go look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is also not a company. It is a decentralized cryptocurrency. Bitcoin operates on a peer-to-peer network without the need for a central authority or bank. So if we go back to this PDF and we read this statement again, with the strengthening of regulatory environment for the cryptocurrency sector, licensed companies like Ripple can operate in a safe crypto trading ecosystem. Why should we take out Ethereum and Bitcoin from this? Because Bitcoin and Ethereum are not companies. So collectively speaking, this paragraph is only stating that Ripple is the only company that can operate in a safe crypto trading ecosystem. This was a phenomenal pickup. I'm just saying, Devil's in the details. Ethereum and Bitcoin are not companies. Ripple is a company that offers the digital asset XRP. Okay, again, do your research. Devil is in the details. Now, let's go back to the artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency integration and technological revolution. Here you can see this is also from February 20th, 2024, updated press release. House launches bipartisan task force on artificial intelligence. This is absolutely massive. So much momentum in the artificial intelligence space has happened just in 2024 alone. And here you can see Speaker Mike Johnson mentioning, because advancements in artificial intelligence have the potential to rapidly transform our economy and our society, it is important for Congress to work in a bipartisan manner to understand and plan for both promises and the complexities of this transformative technology. They also go to mention down here, Congress has a responsibility to facilitate the promising breakthroughs that artificial intelligence can bring to fruition to ensure that everyday Americans benefit from these advancements in an equitable manner. Again, remember, they'll tell you in these fundamental pieces that they want you all to benefit, but they won't go out and push this to the masses, okay? Because they truthfully, in my personal opinion, don't want you to benefit because they know how much money is about to flood into this mother trucking space, people. You got to wake up. Now, let's get into the connections with Ripple and other blockchain-based companies, and then we'll end the video breakdown. So this is also an updated fundamental piece from February 8th, 2024. Biden-Harris administration announces the first ever consortium dedicated to AI safety. Today, the U.S. Secretary of Commerce, Gina Raimondo, announced the creation of the U.S. AI Safety Institute Consortium, or the AISIC. And here they go on to mention the U.S. government has a significant role to play in setting the standards and developing the tools we need to mitigate tasks and risks and harness the immense potential of artificial intelligence. I highlighted that because, again, key vocabulary, the immense potential of artificial intelligence. Go look at Render. Go look at AGIX. Go look at Fetch AI and look at the massive run-up that they've already had this year. This year, people, go look at NVIDIA stock. Pay attention to what's happening right now. There's massive opportunities to be made. Okay. Don't miss out on this train. Again, I'm not telling you guys to go out there and invest in these things, but just go do your research. Go literally open up your own eyes. It's so crazy that nobody is seeing this. Now, who's on this team? This is how we're going to get into the connections. Again, showing you that Ripple is embedded not only in re-architecting the financial infrastructure. Here you can see again, remember Japan, this agenda that's happening, okay? And Ripple's a speaker here, and we know who's attending this event, right? If we go back, we know that there's U.S. representatives here, Accenture, who helps government organizations with digital transformation, right? Okay, this is not something, look, we got the U.S. Embassy in Japan, the U.S. Treasury, the freaking World Bank attending this event, right? Come on now, people. Come on now. Let's get with the program, okay? Look at who's on this U.S. AI Safety Institute Consortium and tell me that these organizations aren't massively important. And remember the partnerships that have been taking place pretty much all since the bear market started. Remember, the financial infrastructure, the new infrastructure has not stopped being developed during this bear market. We see Accenture, we know is a Ripple partner, right? We see IBM, we know is partnered up with Casper Labs, we know is partnered up with Stronghold, right? We know is partnered up with Hedera, okay? We got Citigroup, whom we know is partnered up with XDC Network, right? We got MasterCard, whom we know is partnered up with Ripple. We got Visa, whom we know is partnered up. We got DLA Piper, whom we know is partnered up with Hedera. So what are we seeing? We're seeing Stronghold partners. We're seeing Casper Labs partners. We're seeing Ripple partners. We're seeing XDC Network partners. Okay? Are you all seeing what I'm seeing right now? And who are these what are these? Who are these the members of? Right? The AI Safety Institute Consortium that for the first time ever, right, was just announced by the Biden and Harris administration. Okay. So if you don't think that they've been building intertwined and interconnected webs, remember the gentleman said at the beginning of this video breakdown that artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency are going to be the new technological revolutions. Okay. You're sleeping, people. You got to wake up. right? You got to wake up, just do your research, to not sleep on these opportunities at hand. This information is readily available to each and every single person. You just have to know where to find it. If you need a common ground on where to find this information, again, what do we have and what have we created? A platform, i.e. the CYPRX monthly Discord, where you can go and find all this research by tapping in to all of the research that we provide, okay? So if that wasn't enough for you, last but not least, this is more so of a comical post where I said, Visa is pro crypto straight on their website. Where are the naysayers at? Does anybody listening to this have more credentials than Visa? Most likely not. But people that are naysayers about cryptocurrency will literally go and swipe their Visa card at Starbucks while talking crap about crypto, but fail to go to the Visa website. And on the Visa website, look at what it says. This is the Visa website, a screenshot straight from their web browser, and it says unlocking crypto opportunities. Are you all seeing what I'm seeing, right? So Visa is clearly telling you that there are crypto opportunities, correct? And look at the organizations. Visa is the network of choice for crypto wallets, and it mentions Circle. And we know in all of the previous consortiums and agendas that are to be had in the near future, i.e. coming up in March, we know that Circle is involved, and we know that Ripple is involved. Just like in this one as well. We see Circle is involved right here, and Ripple is involved, right? And Visa is on this list right down here, Visa, and we see Visa, Circle. Like, come on, people. You can't tell me that they're not creating interconnected webs. Anyways, I'm done rapping to you guys. I hope that this video breakdown expanded your mind, got you interested if you're not already in doing research, and at least doing us a favor, smashing that thumbs up button and subscribing to the platform so that way you don't miss out on any further video breakdowns or updates like this. Remember, go back and check out our infrastructure playlist. Massive connections are being made. Massive plumbing is being laid for the new financial infrastructure. I cannot stress enough, now is the time to wake up. We've had confirmation from large organizations that we are still in the early days, okay? I don't remember what fundamental piece it was. I think it was the, yep, right here, EY document telling us that we're still in the early days, okay? So now is the time to wake up, to share this information, to share video breakdowns like this on your social media platforms to help wake your friends up, to wake your family members up, to stop thinking that this is a conspiracy theory. Mark my words, you will turn around by 2030 and you will wish that in 2024 you got involved. You will wish that you got involved back in 2023, back in 2022, when the valuation of these digital assets and these cryptocurrency companies and these freaking artificial intelligence companies and these artificial intelligence stocks were low, okay? You don't want to get in when they're high. Again, it's not financial advice. I'm not sitting here telling you guys to go out there and dump a whole bunch of hard-earned money in this space, but you can at least take it upon yourself to listen to what I'm saying by asking you all to do your research. Many blessings. Be cognizant, be safe out there, be aware. Remember, we're not here to pump you guys anything. I'm not telling you guys to go out there and buy the digital asset XRP because of all these interconnected webs. You guys are grown people, hopefully making your own decisions in life. I'm here as a middleman to show you this information that's never, ever, ever going to make the mainstream. Okay. So with that being said, many blessings. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video breakdown.